Anne had survived the nerve-wracking entrance exams for Queen's College in Charlottetown. She believed that she would never go through such a stressful period again.
They might come today.
But Anne was wrong, because waiting for results was as bad as actually writing the exams.
I have a feeling that the results will arrive today.
The results should have been published in the newspaper 2 days ago.
What are you going to do if your name's not on the list, Ruby? How could you even say such a thing, Josie? I get all out of breath when I think of it.
Don't upset yourselves. We've all passed. I had a dream about it.
Oh, how easy life would be if all our dreams could come true. Oh, what shall become of me if I haven't passed? Oh, well, Ruby.
Has the newspaper come yet?
No, not yet.
Huh? May I take a break, Father?
Yes, go on.
Is the list coming out today?
He doesn't know.
I've just picked up the papers. As usual, there was no time to read it.
Could you drive a little bit faster, please? I can't stand the suspense any longer.
No, I can't. The road's too steep.
Come on, let's push the cart.
Why not?
Ease off there. You're pushing it into the mare's hind legs.
The post is here. It's come at last.
Thank heavens for that.
Whoa!
May I unload the mailbag for Avonlea?
Yes, I don't mind. Just be careful.
Well, children, let's see if your ordeal's come to an end. Everything in order?
Yes, thank you.
Please, Mr. McNeil, won't you take the newspaper out
All right,
first?
then I'll make an exception just for once and open it up right away.
Oh, I feel quite ill.
I'm getting a tummy ache too.
Sorry to disappoint you, children, but there's no list in this paper.
What? Oh, no, I can't bear it. I can't believe it. The result should have been published in the paper at least 2 days ago.
Oh, well, we'll just have to come back again tomorrow, that's all.
Moody was clever. He didn't bother to come to the post office.
That's right. By the way, where is Moody?
Moody's probably given up hope. He's waiting at home, I suppose.
Oh. 'Moody, the list hasn't appeared in the paper yet.
Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm so relieved. Lucky me. The list can get lost forever as far as I'm concerned. How can you stand it going down to the post office every day, sitting there waiting like that? I'm not cold-blooded enough for that.
Cold-blooded? Moody, why do you say that? We're all terrified, can't you see?
Well, that's just too bad, Anne. My nerves would never stand the strain, so I'll wait here. Somebody'll come and tell me I've failed, and the later I hear it, the better for me.
Huh?
Three weeks went by, and still the dreaded list had not come out. Anne and her friends could not bear to wait much longer.
Ah, Aunt Shirley.
What's the matter?
Oh, I don't believe it.
Oh, the list isn't out yet. There was nothing in the paper again today.
That's very strange. Something must have gone wrong. The results always take about a week to come out.
Yes, I know. We'll all go crazy if they don't come.
Oh, how rude of me. Please come in, Anne. I can understand what you youngsters are going through, Anne. But if you go crazy, as you say, it won't make any difference to the situation.
Yes, I know. I didn't mean it literally.
Yes, I know that theory and practice are sometimes two very different things, but I hope you don't intend to wait outside the post office right through the summer holidays. You should try to spend your free time more constructively.
Maybe.
Of course, it's very difficult to think about anything else besides the results, I know. But this summer break could very well be your last holiday in the country, and you should make the most of it while you can. You should try to enjoy each day of your holidays as if it was something precious.
Every single day?
Of course. Start today. Stop hanging around the post office like a bunch of ninnies. And besides, I firmly believe that you're worried for nothing. You've all passed.
Marilla, just look at that. You can tell the list wasn't in the paper. I feel sorry for those children. They're not having an easy time of it. Oh, well, what else can you expect from a superintendent of education who's always voted for the Conservative Party? Precious little, I can tell you that.
That does it. Even if Marilla is to contradict me, I'm not voting for the Conservatives in the next election. This time they've gone too far with our Anne's results.
Anne, when are you going to finish eating? Are you feeling all right?
I'm not hungry.
The same as yesterday and all the other days. If you carry on like this, you'll ruin your health. Then you'll be too ill to attend Queen's College, whether you've passed the exam or not, Anne.
Yes, I know, Marilla. But I simply can't face food at the moment.
I can believe you all right, and it doesn't surprise me in the least. All you do with yourself is sit around the house and brood, or else go running to the post office with your friends like panicky chickens. Now, why don't you work on your patchwork quilt for a while, or give me a hand in the garden? It'll do you good.
Yes, you're right. Mrs. Allen said the same thing to me. She said we should enjoy every single moment of our holidays, because we might not be able to have a chance like this again in the future. But,
much as you try to relax, you just can't forget the results.
I'm so sorry.
Listen, how do you feel about helping Matthew in the fields?
Oh, yes!
Wonderful. Of course, I don't know whether you'll be of any use to him, but I do know one thing. After a day spent in the fields, you'll come home hungry as a wolf. Work is the best cure for worry.
That's a wonderful idea, Marilla. But I'm a little surprised nonetheless. You've told me again and again, Marilla, that it's simply not done for a well-brought-up young lady to go and help men with their work in the fields.
Yes, and I still think so. But they say it's the exception that proves the rule, and today is exceptional. Once in a blue moon does no harm whatsoever, so enjoy yourself.
Thanks, you're a darling.
You're holding it the wrong way. Do it like this.
Let me try.
Anne, I brought lunch for you.
At last! Thanks, Marilla. Please help yourselves.
For the first time in a long while, Anne forgot all about the exam results. She loved working in the fields, but she was unaccustomed to it. And in the evening, she was so tired that she could think only of her bed, not Queen's College and the exams. Anne was too tired to even get undressed. She fell onto the bed and went straight to sleep. When Marilla came into Anne's room later to see how she was, she didn't wake her, even though it was a great sin in her book to sleep fully clothed. But as they say, it's the exception that proves the rule. And this was an exception.
Tell me something, Matthew. Haven't you often wished in your heart of hearts that I'd been a boy?
What?
A boy would have been a great help to you on the farm, and I can't do very much. Isn't that so?
No, that's one thing I've never wished. Since the first day you arrived at Green Gables, I've never had the slightest thought that we should have taken a boy instead of you.
Is that true, Matthew?
Of course it's true, Anne. Why should I lie? I'm perfectly happy with the way you are. And furthermore, Anne, during all the time you've been with us at Green Gables, the thought that you should work in the fields has never crossed my mind.
I believe you. It was Marilla who thought up that idea. And Matthew, you know what? I'm so glad that she suggested it. I slept like a log last night.
You're thankful for that, are you? Listen, I wouldn't want you to overdo it and wear yourself out.
Huh?
I wouldn't like it if you suffered from exhaustion.
But I'm not overdoing it, Matthew, honestly.
Oh, yes, you are. That's why I think you've done enough for today. You can come out again tomorrow morning.
Promise? Is that a solemn promise, Matthew?
And I'm sorry for you, but Matthew's quite right. You still have to learn not to overexert yourself. You have a tendency to attempt too much. You bite off more than you can chew, you'll hurt yourself.
Marilla, it was your idea to let me help Matthew.
Yes, I know. All the same, you should try and take it easy, my girl. I promised to take Rachel a few tomatoes, so I better get a move on or I'll be late. Would you look after the house for me, Anne?
Why don't I take the tomatoes? My legs are younger than yours.
Well, that may be, but I'll need to talk to her.
I see.
Have a little lie down before you start making supper.
You and Gilbert are the best. You're both top of the list, but it was your name they put first. I'm so proud of you, Anne. You've done it. You've really done it. My father brought the paper home from Bright River just 10 minutes ago, so you're the first to hear the news. You see, Anne, the paper comes to Avonlea a day after Bright River. When I spotted the list, I started running here, like a girl possessed. Everyone has passed, even good old Moody. Jane and Ruby did very well. They're somewhere in the middle of the list, along with Charlie Sloane. Poor Josie Pye is scraped home by the skin of her teeth. All the same, I bet she'll be as proud as a peacock. Miss Stacy will be very happy with all of you. Oh, Anne, how does it feel to have the highest mark on the island? If I were in your shoes, I'd be going insane with joy. And as it is, I've gone fairly mad for your sake. But you're just standing there as if you're not affected at all.
That's what it may look like on the outside. But I'm overwhelmed. I want to say 100 things, but I can't think of anything. I could never have dreamed of anything like this. Mind you, that's not true. I did think of it. Once I actually tried to imagine what it would be like to get the top marks for the whole of Prince Edward Island. But, Diana, just the thought of being top of the entire list seemed so presumptuous, so impossible that I decided never to think along those lines again. Please excuse me for a moment, Diana. I have to run to the fields and tell Matthew about the results. And then we'll go from house to house and break the good news to all the others on the pass list.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. You were always good at having brilliant ideas, weren't you? Your ideas are the best.
Thank you so much, Diana.
Matthew! Matthew!
Huh?
I've passed, Matthew! I've passed!
Oh, did you hear that, Marilla? She's passed.
Oh, Matthew, I've done it. I've passed the exams. And I'm the top student as well. There, look for yourself. I should be proud of myself, but at the moment I just feel grateful because I owe it all to you, Matthew and Marilla.
You're at the top. The first.
I'm not surprised. I told you right from the beginning that Anne would be the best on the island. Even that day when I went down to the railway station to pick you up, I knew perfectly well you were a special girl.
Oh, Matthew.
I must admit, this is absolutely wonderful, Anne. Yes, I agree with you there, Marilla. And you could say a whole lot more about this girl. You're a tremendous help to your friends, Anne. And all of us are very proud of you.
That makes me so happy, Mrs. Lindy. But all of the others have passed as well. Now Diana and I are off to let them know about it. Imagine their faces.
I'm on my way too. But why? I must go to town right away. Everybody must hear the good news and I shall spread it. Well, Matthew, we can be proud of her, don't you think?
That's for sure.
Next day, when the paper was finally delivered in Avonlea, the results were there in black and white for everyone to see. Mrs. Allen invited all the successful exam candidates to tea so that they could celebrate in style.
Yes!
It's amazing how fast you've all grown. Yesterday you were children. Now you're young ladies and gentlemen.
Mrs. Allen, if a single one of us had failed, we wouldn't be feeling quite so grown up, would we?
That's true enough. But since nobody failed, we've got all the more reason to celebrate, so please tuck in.
Yes, please do. First, help yourselves to eats, boys and girls, and then we should all drink a toast. With tea, of course.
Oh, yes, good idea.
Good health. Good health.
Oh!
Listen, everyone. I've had a letter for you from Miss Stacy. She really does care a lot about this class.
If it weren't for Miss Stacy, we'd never have passed the exams.
We owe it all to her, we really Listen, here's how it reads. My dear pupils of the Avonlea School Queen's class, I would like to congratulate you on your success from the bottom of my heart. You have all worked hard and reaped what you have sown. My best wishes for success in the future. Yours sincerely, Muriel Stacy.
Today you're all feeling wonderfully relieved, and that's how it should be. But this exam was just an early chapter in your lives. Now a new one is beginning, and it's much more important and a great deal more difficult.
There will be many changes in your lives now, for the better and for the worse. You will succeed, but you will also have bad luck. You lose touch with old friends and make new ones. But one thing will never change. Here at Avonlea, you have a home. You can always come back if you're feeling sad or discouraged. And when you leave Avonlea to go to college, don't forget all that Miss Stacy has done for you.
Dearest Miss Stacy, I shall be eternally grateful for all your help.
That night, Anne knelt by the open window. She was so thankful and relieved that she had to pray. Later on, when she remembered this moment, she often thought that this must have been the loveliest prayer she'd ever composed. The word superb occurred in it several times. She ended off with Amen instead of what she had said as a little girl. Your most humble and obedient servant. Now that Anne has had her results, she can really enjoy the summer holidays. She even takes part in a concert at White Sands. But you'll have to watch next time if you want to find out what happens there.
Soft whispers on the breeze, the wood nymphs in the trees are calling out your name. They offer you their gift, sweet fragrance fills the air. The magic of a moonlit night, a nightingale's song to share.